The Gaza ceasefire has been in place for a little over a month. There have been almost 8 rounds of prisoner exchanges. A 9th round is scheduled for this week. Hamas has been releasing Israeli hostages. They have released some bodies as well. These were mostly people captured by the group on October 7th, 2023. Meanwhile, Israel has freed hundreds of Palestinians that it had detained. The last exchange was to take place on Saturday. Hamas released 6 hostages. Israel was supposed to release over 600 Palestinians, but it did not. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu delayed the release. He objected to how Hamas was releasing hostages. Hamas has been holding hostage release ceremonies. It has brought other hostages to these people it isn't freeing yet, just to make them watch the spectacle. Netanyahu has called all this degrading. The next exchange is set for Thursday. Hamas is supposed to release 4 hostage bodies. Netanyahu says he will only release the 600-odd prisoners after that, and only if Hamas puts an end to these ceremonies. However, withholding the prisoners wasn't Netanyahu's only threat.
We are ready to return to intense fighting in Gaza at any moment. The operational plans are ready.
Netanyahu says that Hamas has to adhere to the ceasefire, despite the delayed prisoner release, or Israel will resume the war. Hamas has accused Netanyahu of sabotaging the ceasefire deal. The group says it won't negotiate any further, not until the prisoners are released as promised. This puts the future of the ceasefire in doubt. About 60 hostages are still with Hamas. They are reportedly all men, between the ages of 20 and 50. They were to be freed in phase 2. It was scheduled to begin in March. Hamas says Netanyahu is undermining this plan. Israeli citizens have mixed reactions to Netanyahu's strategy.
To my difficulty, I'm a very honest person, so if Israel agreed to something, it's hard for me if they do anything that isn't in keeping with the agreement. But this situation with these ceremonies is sickening.
I think Hamas needs to be put in place a bit. I think we need the upper hand, and I think we're doing what we can. I think, holding the prisoners is a way of flexing a muscle. I do think, though, that we're really playing with fire. It's really, who's to say what's the right move right now?
Meanwhile, Israel seems to be flexing its muscles on the other side as well, in the West Bank. After 22 years, Israeli tanks are once again rolling through the Palestinian territory. Israel says that the tanks and troops are there for the long haul, at least a year. Israel is putting pressure on all Palestinians. Will Hamas buckle under this pressure? Will the people of the West Bank accept the new status quo? Or will all of this just lead to another round of fighting and the perpetuation of an endless cycle of violence?